Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the last match of the first semi-final of the World Championships. Coming to you today is me, Big Ben, alongside BoarControl. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. We've seen some excellent Hearthstone so far today, and hopefully it continues with this final game.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have a Murloc Paladin up against Zoo. Zoo we haven't seen so much of recently. We've seen a lot more cube locks and control locks. So we've seen Asmo has actually got through to the semi-finals with Zoo. So how's that been performing so far?
Yeah, it's definitely a surprise. You'd expect the control decks definitely have looked better on the ladder side, but this is a tournament event. Azumo's brought the Zoo lock. He's planning on taking people by surprise. Maybe people have brought counter lineups to the cube lock, and he's decided to stop those counter lineups and beat them up. And we see here the Zoo lock doing well. It should be able to take down this Murloc Paladin as well. Slightly favoured in the matchup, I would say.
Yeah, it's one of those things in the tournament lineup. You can see a lot more of these fringe decks where they would just be kind of torn apart on ladder because you can't ban certain decks away. You can have a lot more variety. And I believe the first match is about to start, so let's dive right in.
Your soul shall be mine.
Yeah, so overall here, the Paladin and the Zoo both looking for strong early game starts, looking for those early game Murlocs and just early game Demons from the Warlock side.
Ooh, double call to arms here. That's difficult for almost any deck to deal with, but for another aggressive style deck to compete with, that's going to be very difficult. I certainly like to see this coin being kept to go for like a coin call to arms into another call to arms if needed.
Yeah, it should be too many stats, and as well, you want to spread as wide as possible in these matchups, have too many threats to deal with. So I'd love to see that. Azumo just has 1/1 drop, so just plays it, obviously.
Oh, it gets the Grimskull Chum back. Which you like seeing here? I guess you play the Chum, don't you?
Definitely. With only one Murloc in hand, need to get the value down, and then the 2/1 contest the 2/1. You'd rather have the Tycor, the Snowball, and be able to contest the 2-drop or a 3-drop.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The one thing as well with having double call to arm is you're thinning your deck, so your average draw after that is going to be so much better. If there's 6 like low cost minions suddenly out of your deck, you've got a lot better chance of getting those pivotal cards like the Rallying Blades, and the Tarims, stuff like that.
Yeah, War Leader and Megasaur for those Murlocs that you've pulled out is normally what you're looking for. But instead, here comes the Rallying Blade. It's very scared of this 2/4 getting buffed by maybe a Blood Fury Potion. Wants to deal with it now, I guess.
Yeah, even a Blood Fury Potion would then would put it up to 4 health, so it still couldn't quite deal with it, but you would kind of reduce the amount of damage you take in the forehand. But I think it's a little bit premature. I think you could have just got away with playing it, even the 2/3 Murloc here, and then going into the weapon into call to arms, personally.
Yeah, definitely. I would have liked to see the 2/3 Murloc come down. Contest the 2/4 alright. The 2/4 would have to be buffed to deal with it, and then the call to arms should be too much for the Zoo to handle.
Not only that, so if you play the Murloc Tidecaller last turn, you could have coined out call to arms, and a lot of the time you get 1 or 2 extra Murlocs, and then you'd have had a 4/3 Murloc to contest.
Yeah, definitely. Even get a Protector, and then that will prevent any damage being dealt to it. And the Righteous Protector can be very, very annoying in the mid game because these large minions don't want to be trading into 1/1s.
But we see Asmo here has the Soulfire, which is the perfect answer for these kind of mid-range type minions, and stops them snowballing, being left behind with an evil Heckler.
Yeah, perfect turn here for the Zoo. Swings the board back in his favour, and the 5/4 can't be dealt with by the Rallying Blade either, so that's another important factor.
He's probably hoping there to get a Knife Juggler and maybe get a Juggle, but the Righteous Protector is actually really nice into this. Even if we do see this Despicable Dreadlord come down, the 1/1 body is still going to kind of compete against it.
Yeah. Azumo thinking there's not many Spellbreaker targets in the deck, might use a Spellbreaker now, best value we can get out of it, and as well killing a Murloc. He's very scared of cards like Gentle Megasaur coming down as a punish for not killing the Murloc.
And even now, drawing the Void Walker means he kind of fills out his mana perfectly, and it's actually quite a well-statted minion against this board.
Yeah, definitely. Contest the 1/1 really well, and the 1/3 just can't get through. I'd like to see another call to arms coming down here, yeah. Again, Juggler's quite likely to come out now because we've seen most early game minions. There it is.
Doesn't get the Void Walker like he would have wanted. Still not bad putting the Spellbreaker down to a 4/2. The one advantage now is there's a huge number of Murlocs on the board for Megasaur to make some real impact next turn.
Yeah, definitely. And Treasy now going to consider what card's been stuck in Azumo's hand for a long time. It could be a Doomguard, could be another Soulfire, could be a Dreadlord that we see. Yeah, going to respect that Dreadlord by trading off the 1/1 here.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Then again, now that he's drawn the Crystal Reaver, maybe that alongside the Demon Fire is the best course of action. The Demon Fire can be used to clean up either the Merc or the Knife Juggler, both kind of priority targets in the stack.
Yeah. Anything that can snowball on the board, you want to get rid of immediately. So I imagine
Actually,
both.
he could have just Demon Fired the Demon, couldn't he? And then that would have been a 4-2 left around.
But then he wouldn't be able to value trade this 4-2 into the 1-3. So he goes for the option of killing more minions because he's scared of cards like Purifiers More and
that's fair.
Megasaur. I'd have to give some credit there.
This is another awkward turn. Do you want to go with Hydro Megasaur or get out the Divine Shield benefits from the Maul? Because then it's kind of a guaranteed trade into the Spellbreaker.
Yeah, I like to see the Hydrologist come down first. Noble Stack here is quite powerful. It's killing a 4-1 or stopping 5 damage coming through, and that will protect your Mercs as well, so the Megasaur could come down next turn. If you do miss the Noble Stack though, I would like to see Megasaur come down to protect these Murlocs, get the value while they still exist.
Yeah, I mean, you're already down to 16 health, so if you can stop a damage swing of another 5, that's huge, especially when we haven't seen any Doom Guards and only one Soulfire so far. Picking Eye for an Eye, that's a curious decision. Is that some kind of bluff in a way to try and get some kind of reverse lethal perhaps with the Megasaur?
Yeah, it's a bluff for Redemption and a bluff for Noble Sack here. You can see the Noble Sack bluff coming in as he hits the 5-2. However, that's a lot of face damage to take. With Eye for an Eye, only War Leader into Wind Fury would give him lethal here if the opponent did go face. So it's a very risky play here for Antrezi.
Especially if you just saw Doomguard picked up. There's only 1 damage missing to get Antrezi down to die.
Yep. Azumo got to be considering sort of, do you for sure tap? Yeah, and he does, and then Doomguard could come down and just put his opponent to 1, but going to go for the established board here. Doesn't want to lose to Sunkeeper Tarim off the top by playing the Doomguard. I
do quite like keeping the Doomguard as like a surprise lethal out of hand. Your opponent might not be playing around it so much because you might have seen it out last turn. And we see here poison or attack. I think I'd like to see the attack more. At this point, they kind of do the same thing, but Flaming Claws means you can do more face damage as well.
Yeah, Flaming Claws will leave you a 6-3 War Leader rather than a 3-3 Poisonous.
Yep.
The only thing you could be considering here is the Lich King coming down on turn 8, and you might need Poisonous for that. However, attack is better in every other scenario, I would say, since you're going to be setting up reverse lethal on your opponent is essentially the plan there.
Particularly when he's just down to 16 health, you kind of need to be looking out for those options. If the Lich King does come down, you're probably not going to win anyway. There's so many of the Death Knight cards that can just kill you out of hand. You've got the Death and Decay or the weapon.
Yeah.
Still
and now he has to decide as well if he should trade or use his weapon here.
Going down to 1 health is awfully risky when you've only seen 1 Soulfire, and he's a good chunk way through his deck. He is going to try and take the face damage and try and set up a lethal for next turn. Unfortunately, that means Azumo is going to take down this first semi-final. Wow. We're going to see what he has in the grand final now.
Yeah, and as expected, I have to say the Warlock does come out. I have to say as well, Azumo showing his strength here. He's won 9 majors during this year. You can see the price in his play there. Some shaky turns from the Paladin. Would have liked to see a stronger early game curve there with the coin Call to Arms into Call to Arms, and I have to say punished for some questionable plays.
Yeah, particularly that secret near the end. If he did go for the Redemption or the Noble Sacrifice, I think it would have been a lot stronger. The Eye for an Eye may have been a bit too cute for what he's trying to do. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Azumo in the finals. He's had a really strong performance, and he's had a lot of kind of previous tournament wins as well. So do you think he might take this down?
Yeah, definitely. You have to say, as the top point earner from his region, that's already like part of the world he's basically conquered.
Yeah.
He only needs to beat a few other players who've also got high points in their regions, and you'll have to say definitely a favourite for the tournament.
Fantastic. And we're going to be seeing that second semi-final after the break. We'll see you all very soon.